know that an ill-fitting sports bra can decrease your stride length, can make exercise feel harder, can fatigue you quicker, and can even lead to an increased risk of injury? Yes, I must admit, before researching this topic, I had no idea how important it was to find the right fitting sports bra, but that does mean that I'm really excited to share my findings as well as bringing you advice from an expert in this field. Ladies, it's time to give our boobs the attention they deserve. I must admit, some of the stats have shocked me too. Apparently, 80% of women are wearing an incorrect fitting bra. So that probably means myself and you guys watching are not optimizing our breast health and our breast comfort. But these revelations, as shocking as they are actually evidence-based. In fact, there's a lot of science that's come out of the Breast Health Research Centre at Portsmouth University, and they've worked with elite athletes across all different sports, helping them to optimize their performance, irrelevant of breast size and breast shape. So if you're someone who just thinks of a sports bra as something to look nice or have a colour that coordinates with your kit, please think again. I want you to more consider it in the way that you would actually go about finding a new pair of running shoes. We know how a poor supportive running shoe will lead to a poorer performance. A sports bra is in effect the same as if you've got an ill-fitting sports bra or a poorly supportive one. It can actually lead to an increase in perceived exertion and an increase in the upper body muscle movement, which means basically exercise feels harder and you fatigue quicker. On top of that, it's proven that it can increase the ground reaction forces. But the figure or the science that shocked me the most was a decrease in stride length, as apparently there's evidence that not having the right support from your sports bra can decrease your stride length by as much as 4 centimetres every stride. Okay, you get the point. So how do we now go about making sure we've got the right sports bra for us and our sport? Well, the higher the amount of movement and impact in your sport, the greater support you want from your bra, because obviously we want to reduce the amount of breast movement for all of those reasons I've just mentioned. Now, with running being a really popular, high-impact sport and making that part of triathlon, we're going to be focusing today mainly on high-support bras, and they come in 2 categories. You've got compression and encapsulation. Well, the compression style is as it sounds. It basically holds your breasts close to your chest and reduces movement in any direction due to that tight hold. It's a tube style shape, so not individual cups or specific fitting around the breasts. And these are pretty much always over the head style sports bras, and as you'd expect, they need to be worn fairly tightly. Well, generally this style is better suited to smaller breasted women or for lower impact sports. Oh, and they also tend to come in sizes labelled extra small, small, medium, etc. And then we've got the encapsulation bra. Well, this is closer to what we might call a normal bra. In fact, it includes cups that hold each breast individually. And this offers more support in a structured shape, and as a result, sizing is more specific, so expect to see it labelled with the band size and the cup size, just as you would in a normal day bra. Well, as a result, these are usually fastened at the back and offer a little more in the way of options when it comes to strap fitting. And these are usually designed for the full spectrum of breast size, but are more popular with the larger breasted women. Anyway, I've already learned a huge amount from just researching this video, but I'm still not an expert, especially when it comes to fit. So it is time to bring in somebody who's worked in the industry for years and in fact now actually designs sports bras for her own company. Hi, Mary, thank you so much for giving us your time, and I'm excited to kind of pick your brains on sports bra fitting. I mean, first of all, tell me very quickly a little bit about how you actually became to sort of found your company.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. But yes, I used to test the performance of sports bras under lab conditions at Loughborough University. And that was where kind of like all brands used to come to us to evaluate the performance of their sports bras, because it actually involves really kind of extensive and expensive equipment to do this. And so we could literally measure how much your breasts are moving by placing motion markers on women as they are running on a treadmill. And so I quickly came to realize that I couldn't really find my perfect sports bra, even though this was my job. And a lot of kind of companies out there used to concentrate on downwards motion and reducing downwards motion, where I could see from the results that boobs moved in every direction. And so it just felt a bit kind of tunnel vision. I wanted to bring out a bra that was really good for me and that also kind of restricted upwards motion as well. And so after I did a bit of prototyping at home and literally sewing a charity shop belt to some existing sports bras in my wardrobe, I quickly realized that this had some legs to it, this idea. And I thought, right, I'm just going to do it because surely this is not going to help just me, but hopefully other people, because I had so many people kind of coming to me and saying the same thing, that they just couldn't find their perfect sports bra. And so I think it's about time that somebody did something about it.
Amazing. Yeah. And I mean, it's recently just come to the fore, I think, from the England Lionesses and just more media out there about the importance of a good fitting sports bra. I mean, what's the biggest error you tend to see when you're doing sports bra fits? What do people get wrong?
Yeah, so I always think of kind of the sports bra experience is 50% of it is getting a really good sports bra, and 50% of it is actually getting it in your right size, because you can get the best sports bra out there, but if you've got it in the wrong size, which surprisingly enough, 80% of women, I think more than 80% of women are wearing their wrong size. And so that is not really going to make up for, the support level that you're missing because you're wearing the wrong size.
Okay, I'm slightly nervous now because you're probably going to tell me I'm wearing the wrong size. But I know, and part of the reason I'm speaking to you, you offer online sports bra fits, which I think is quite something unique. I don't know if other people do that, but just researching you, I was like, that sounds really cool. So I know you're going to talk me through how to check you're wearing the right size today. So I'm going to throw to you and you tell me what we need to do.
What we need to do is use the inches side if possible, although you can convert if you've only got centimeters. And you want to put it around where your underband sits on the bra. So underneath where your breast tissue just about begins, and it needs to be nice and straight and level the whole way around. And you want to give it a nice kind of snug pull here as well, making sure it's nice and straight. And so you can barely get maybe one finger underneath this. So it needs to be fairly kind of snug.
Okay.
And then you get out that measurement, and mine is 33. And so if you are an odd number like me, you need to round up to the next even number. But if you're an even number, that's your size. So I would be a 34. So because I was a 33, I'd be a 34. So that's my new underband size. And this is where a lot of people could go wrong in the past. Some places still +4 to that number, which you don't need to do. So some people are wearing an underband size, which is way too big for them. So that could be the number one thing to look out for. The next thing to do is place it the whole way around your bust. Again, nice and straight and level, but you don't want to pull this one too tight because you can kind of very easily change the part of this, your part of the body here. And so your measurement around here, say I was a 41. So you want to take away your new underband measurement, which is 34, away from 41. And that's how you calculate your cup letter. So that's a difference of 7. So if you're a difference of 1 inch between here and here, you'd be an A cup, 2B, 3C, etc. And since I was 7, it was A, B, C, D, double D, E, F. So I wear a 34F.
Okay. So once you've got your size, and I mean, sometimes in sports bras, they're not measured in that way. Is that, like, how do you convert that to extra small up to extra large sort of thing?
Yeah. So this is really where you want to go and talk directly to the brand or the manufacturer to see how they are categorizing their sizes. I mean, if you're someone who normally struggles to get their ideal bra size, or you're maybe someone who has a bigger bust and smaller underband area, try and find a sports bra that does separate them out, because that will really help you get kind of more tailored fit. Whereas the extra small, extra large ones, I mean, they do have their place, but they are made of normally a stretchier fabric to cover more sizes, and therefore are probably not giving you that much of support as you were expecting. So I would say if you're looking for a high impact bra, look for something that does separate out those sizes. But a medium impact bra is probably more of that stretchy kind of small to large kind of range.
Okay, that all makes sense. And on sizing, you very briefly touched on, that you can vary sort of between them. And from doing this research, I myself was aware that sometimes I will go up a band size, down a cup size, and vice versa. But I didn't know it had an actual name. So tell me a little bit more about how people can utilize sister sizing.
Exactly, yes, sister sizing. So if you realize that maybe you're roughly, say, a 34F, and you go into a shop and say, I'm going to start roughly in this area, and you say, the underband size is actually a little bit loose, but the cup is fine. So you need to kind of find your sister size. So you need to go down a band size. However, not a lot of people know you actually then have to go up a cup letter to keep your same bust size, because the letter on your bra size, so for example, a double D, that doesn't represent a specific volume. All it does is represent the difference in measurements between here and here. And again, that's where people are getting things wrong. So people think, oh, I'm a double D everywhere. And it's like, well, no. I mean, a double D on a 38 band is actually much bigger than a double D on a 32 band. And so you have to be careful that if you're changing one part of your size, be careful that in case your other part of your size needs to change as well.
Okay. And kind of rewinding a little bit when we were talking about the fitting, I haven't really dug into asking you questions of how do you know, other than the numbers, if it's the right fit, or more to the point, what are signs that it's not fitting you correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. So the good thing is with an underband is that if it's too tight, you literally can't get it on. But we find more people wearing a size that's too big for them and thinking that it's okay. And the best thing to do here is that when you stand to the side in a mirror, if your underband is not level, so it should be straight like this, from straight from front to back. But if it raises up a little bit towards your back, that means it's too big for you and you need to go down a size. And 80% of your support actually comes from the underband. So you do really want to make sure that it's nice and snug. So that's a good thing to keep an eye out for when it comes to the underband. With regards to the cup, you want to make sure you have enough coverage, because you can spill out the top, and you can spill out the sides, and you can spill out the bottom if your underband's not tight enough as well. So you really want to make sure you have enough coverage. And the problem that we see most often here is that women aren't wearing a cup size that's big enough for them. So, sometimes they go too big here and too small here. So make sure that, you're maybe taking a look at your sizing, reviewing your sizing, make sure you're not falling into this category. And don't be afraid to, try on those larger cup sizes, just to make sure you have more coverage over the top here. So all your breast tissue is encapsulated within the bra.
I'm not even expecting you to have an answer for this because it is quite a sort of niche market, I suppose. But a lot of our viewers, I've done a couple of videos looking at sort of kit for women in triathlon. And obviously in triathlon, we start off swimming, so we've got our sports bra wet. Then you get on the bike and then you're running, and potentially for a long day, so for an Ironman, it can be up to 17 hours. And I know some, professional triathletes often don't need very much support because they just are so lean and tend to have smaller breasts. So I think that the more of the age group has struggled to know where to even look because it's not developed for the pros. So any tips on how to find a sports bra that can kind of tick off this really wide range of demands?
Yeah, well, we get a lot of people asking us if our bras are suitable for this, because we've got a few triathletes in our customer base, and they are looking for something that dries very quickly for sure. And that's something that we've paid attention to for sure. And we are choosing our fabrics, because you don't want something that's really heavy and weighs you down as soon as you get out of the water. And, it takes ages for the fabric to be wicking the water away from your body. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. But something that's also kind of multi-purpose. And I think that's where our Solidarity bra comes in quite well, because you can change it from a racer back to a straight back. It's got a clasp so you can get it on and off very easily. And it's the fabric lends itself very well to drying quickly. So the best advice I think I could give is that make sure you have a little tick list, and make sure you're ticking off all those things when it comes to finding the right bra.
Cool, thank you so much. That's really useful information. And I like to say, I've done sport all my life and kind of feel like I've tried all sorts of different ones, but I've still learned a huge amount from speaking to you. So I'm sure our viewers will have done as well. So thank you so much again. And really nice to meet you. Well, some really fascinating stuff there, and a lot that I didn't know. So I'm hoping that you guys learned as much from Mary as I did. Now, so far, we've focused on running and just touched on a little bit of triathlon. And I think it probably goes without saying that the less bouncy the sport, so to speak, the less support that you need from your bra. Take cycling, for example, where a medium impact sports bra is probably going to give you enough support. Obviously, you're welcome to wear a high support bra, but you want to consider comfort and something that's not going to be too tight and allows your shoulders that mobility so that you can keep your hands in this comfortable riding position without really noticing your sports bra. And finally, a few tips to leave you with. So when you are buying a new sports bra, make sure you try it on at home, wear it doing the housework, walk around in it, because that's when you'll notice if there's any parts that annoy you, jump up and down, move however you like. And also check the reviews online, because this will give you quite a few tips as to whether it's something that's going to suit you. And when you are buying a sports bra, you want to, especially if it's one with clasps, you want to have it on the loosest fitting to start with, because they will stretch with age and then you'll get more wear out of it. And talking of wear, you want to obviously care for your sports bra, so You can normally check their washing instructions. You normally wash them normally, but just do not tumble dry. And finally, when it comes to getting a new one, if you're wondering if yours is wearing out or it's not giving you that support that you need, go along to a shop or try on a new one. And if that suddenly feels much more supportive, then you've got a fairly good idea. Just like the way you would with running shoes, if you went to the run shop, tried on the same model that were new and felt completely different, you know it's time to upgrade. Well, I know what I like and what works for me, but I'm so aware that all of you watching are going to be incredibly different. But hopefully I've given you the tools to go away and actually find out what the right sports bra is for you. As it turns out, it's rather important. But anyway, ladies, there are no more excuses for us not to look after our boobs. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Please do share it with any other women you know out there who you think could actually benefit from this. And remember, give us a like.